Hello, hey there. This is Benjamin. Welcome to these Tuesdays, Bold and Raw Talks. I hope you're fine wherever you are. So I welcome you in the next 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how I'm going to flow with this talk, to talk about this topic today. And if you're going to watch for the first time, as I always say in my previous videos, I hope you find some time to share this video, to tag a friend, and also to like and follow this page. And once I post this video on my YouTube channel, I also hope that you find time to subscribe. So hey, it's a solo talk. I will respond to all your comments and your greetings later on as you keep on sharing the video. Today's topic, I have called it the bitter truths of being single. As most of you know who follow my channels, I do a show about connecting single people, single men and women all over the world. And I have a passion of relationships, to talk about relationships. So in today's talk, I'll be focusing on the bitter truths of being a single person. First question I want to ask you as you're joining this broadcast is, do you think to be single is better than to be in a relationship? What do you think? Do you think to be a single man or a single woman is far much better than being in a relationship as a man or as a woman? So as you think about that question, keep on sharing the video and tag your friends. I have highlighted about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bitter truths about a single person, single livelihood, single lifestyle. And by the end of this talk, my target is not only to make you to begin opening up your mind and trying to figure out things about life, and especially this single life, and why is it really good to be single and why is it very bad to be a single person. So let's begin the talk. Thank you for joining and continue sharing the video. All of you already tagged your friends. Thank you so much. So let's move on to the first bitter truth about a single person, single livelihood. I have said sometimes it gets harder to dating or to start again. As time goes by, if you have been a single person, everyone is single based on their own reasons. There is a reason that made you to become a single woman. There is a reason why you are still single. Everyone has a single, or everyone has their story. But if this single life is moving on, like it's been going on for some time now. As I'm doing this video, when you look back, this has been going on for 1 year, for 2 years, 3 years, God forbid, 4 years, 5 years, even more than 5 years. And in my little experience that I had every time I was single after a breakup, it was very difficult for me to choose another person, because you begin to become picky. When you meet a single woman who is over the age of 30, first of all, she understands, she can smell a joker from a distance. Some of them can, not all of them. As you know, that some people still make mistakes. The same mistakes they made in the previous relationships, they will continue making. So this person who is over the age of 30 can actually tell this is a joker, this is a time waster, this is somebody who is here to just make me happy, or this is somebody that might be very interesting. And as you get older, as you mature, the options become wider. But even when the options become wider, you can imagine you have 5 men. Recently, a lady sent me a very touching mail, told me, Benjamin, I have 3 men. 2 of them come from the same country. Another one comes from another country. These 3 men, I like them, all of them. And I am over the age of 35. I'm becoming confused. What should I do, Benjamin? So you can imagine this lady after the age of 35, even though she's in a relationship, but she has 3 men that she likes. We can't really say that she is really in a relationship. She is actually dealing with so many people at the same time. As you get older, starting again. That's why people don't want to break up. That's why people don't want to divorce. Somebody does not want to divorce because the process of looking for another person, even for a man, the single process of a married man to divorce his wife and start the journey, approaching a woman, and then getting a woman who will fit to what you always wanted. It's a process. This thing does not happen within one day, 1 week, 1 year. It's a very long process. So sometimes one of the most bitterest truths about being a single person, dating life becomes harder. As you get older, it becomes harder. Because even when you meet people who make some slight stupid mistakes, remember, as you get older, chances are very high you'll become independent. You will make your own money. You have your own house. God has blessed you with a house. You have a car. You have a child. So you basically have attained so many things. Not like somebody who is under the age of 25. Of course, when you're under 25, you're making mistakes. You even don't know who you are. You don't know where you're heading to. You don't know even what you want in life. You're just moving. You're going with the flow. But after the age of 25, by luck, the age of 30, 35, you know exactly what you want. And if you already know this is what I want, then getting that specific person, that man, that woman, from wherever he is or wherever she is, it might become difficult and harder. And I don't know if I'm making sense. Let me know in the comments. Keep on sharing the video. Now, the second bitter truth is the huge gaps of free time may lead to very unproductive habits. When you're single, all of a sudden you become very free. You have all this free time that there's nothing else you can do. You know, when you're married or when you're in a relationship, you can have sex. When you have sex, you can sleep. You can have really deep sleep. People who are in very stable relationships, they will tell you that they sleep. They are tired. They are working, thinking about their partner and children if they already have children. So their sleeping patterns compared to a single man or a single woman are very different. Single people struggle with sleep. When you cannot sleep, you need something to make you sleep. A single person can actually become very addicted to so many bad things, including alcohol, smoking, flirting. There are a list of so many negative things that this man or this woman, by the time she realizes it, she is so deep into it. Pornography, masturbation, all these things combined together, they may be satisfying for that time. They might give you some good feeling, you know. Sometimes you will feel like I'm better off than people who are in relationships. But these huge gaps that you're free, you're alone, you're not thinking about anyone else, you're thinking about yourself. I am a single, independent, happy woman. And when you are alone, you can do so many things. And some of the things that you can do can be very bad things. You might even become a social internet bully. For you, you're just bullying people. You have nothing else to do because you're free. You have all this free time. You work, if you're lucky enough to have a job, like I have a job, or you who's watching, you have a job, you work. No person works for more than 16 hours. We have people who are living in other countries, maybe like in the US, that they are doing 2 jobs, working for 8 hours, take a rest, and then continue and go back and work for another 8 hours. Those guys, even if they are single and they are working 16 hours a day, they have no time. Most of them sleep. Most of them, they're not even on social media. In fact, most of them have no energy to scroll down on a timeline and see what's going on and see what people are talking about. What is Benjamin talking about today? They are tired. Now, these people have put their energy to work, to make money. And here you are, you're working, and your job is just 8 hours a day. That means you have 16 hours to spend. So what do you do with these 16 hours? What do you do? Huh? What do you do? I'm asking you. What do you do with the other 16 hours to keep going? If, to make it worse, you have 2 more days off, you're not working, that means you have 48 hours again when you are alone to do a lot of so many bad things as a man or as a woman. My question to you is this. What is the worst thing that you're doing at the moment as a single man or as a single woman? A very bad habit that you wish you could quit. You wish if there was a man in your life, probably you couldn't be involved in that kind of lifestyle. If you had a woman in your life, you wouldn't be doing that thing that I'm talking about. Now look at point number 3, continue sharing. Your image and well-being may become affected over time. I do shows every Sunday about well-being, love, and relationships. Well-being is having a stable mind. Somebody who has a balanced well-being, you can deal with your emotions. Sometimes I post certain things. I say, if I see somebody is very annoyed, something very small annoys him or her, probably she has been missing sex or somebody in his or her life for a long time. And some small things may actually annoy you. You go to work, you meet your boss, you meet your co-workers, they just annoy you. It's not about sex, but there's somebody who is not in your life to kind of balance your emotions, you know? So with the time, when you are single for some time, if you don't find a way of appreciating who you are, as a lady, when you get older, I don't know if I may be wrong, you will begin to feel like, oh my goodness, maybe I'm not beautiful enough. And I know ladies reach that stage and you're like, wow, wait a minute, Benjamin. You know, maybe I'm not attractive enough. What if by the time I want to date again, I will no longer be attractive? My body, my skin, my wrinkles. And then there's this thing about the weight. Well-being is you are healthy, you appreciate who you are, you love yourself, you can be naked and be okay. You can be naked in front of a person and you're perfectly okay with that. You appreciate the way you are, whether you're short, you're tall, you're heavy, you're skinny, you really love your body. But when you're single for quite some time, even when a small compliment, you're so beautiful. Somebody just tells you today or this week or last week, somebody just said or commented on your pictures or sent you on your inbox and said, you look very beautiful. And then when you look at the message and the person who sent to you, first of all, this is not your boyfriend. This is not your husband. This is not somebody who is in your life. And then you feel this thing like, oh my goodness, can you imagine? This guy appreciated me to be beautiful. Now, can you compare the same compliment with somebody who is in a relationship? Getting this compliment, not for favors. It's not a fake compliment. It's not a husband who has been lying and playing around, complimenting his wife or his girlfriend so that she can forget what he was doing. This compliment goes deeper. It's beyond the words that you're beautiful. It's beyond the words that you're gorgeous. And when you stay single for quite some time, if you don't work out on your body, if you don't take care of your body, remember the second point which I talked about, bad habits. If you begin smoking hard, you drink a lot, you don't exercise, you don't sleep enough, you don't drink enough water, obviously, as you get older, you will look really, really old. The only single people that I want to single out in this talk They have realized this is the bitter truth. And they have said, hey, okay, there's no one in my life. I am independent, I'm successful, I'm famous, I am talented, but I need to take care of my body. I need to look sexy. Let me go to the gym. Let me walk. Let me dance. Let me watch what I'm eating. Let me deal with my weight. And it is so sad if even after the age of 35 and above, you cannot deal with your body very well. You cannot take care of your body very well. Your self-esteem most likely will go down. And when your self-esteem goes down, you know, as you get older, the funny thing about self-esteem, I didn't know that it's something that you build. Some people will help you. Your family members can help you to build your self-esteem, to love yourself. Some of them can be very smart and realize that our brother is struggling, our sister is struggling. Let us help her. Your parent can help you. But in most cases, as you get older, you know, now you're independent. You're in your house. You're in your own life. There is no mother, there is no brother, there is no sister. This is where somebody who has a very good relationship or a partner gets this motivation to work out, to eat well, to sleep well, to feel good about themselves, to even glow. You know, the ladies say, those ladies who are in a very stable relationship, you can see from their face, their skin, the way they smile, the way they talk, even when they come to work. I work with ladies, and I know that this lady is married, this lady is in a relationship. When they come in, I can feel it. Today, tonight, this lady had a good one. You can feel it. The confidence, the way they dress, the way they walk, and the way they talk. So if you cannot have this ability to bring back your self-esteem, who else is going to do it? Who else is going to make you feel good about yourself? And you can imagine if you're a mother, you have a daughter, you have a son, and you're going through this journey of fighting with your self-image. Am I really beautiful enough? And what's happening these days? Children see everything. Your children don't need a role model who is famous. They don't really need that. Children they just look at you. They look at daddy or they look at mommy. How are you developing your self-being, your well-being? Huh? How are you taking care of your health as a mother, even though that now you're single? Now, I want to move on to the fourth point there. This is voltage. Keep on sharing the video. We're just winding up right now. Bitter truths about being a single person. Number 4, your sexual life is likely to be affected. My words there I've used very carefully. Your sexual life is likely to be affected. The word likely, I put the word likely there to remind you that there's a possibility. Your sex life might be affected. You know, look at it this way. If you're a single man, you don't have a stable woman in your life, chances are very high you can play around, you know, and when you play around, it comes with risks. You don't know the risks of sleeping around. The risks, like you have to go through medical checkups to see, am I really okay? I'm a single man, but these things that I'm doing, you know, am I really okay? Now, aside from that, this is a man, and I had a discussion with a fellow man asking him, can a man remain single for some time? No sex. And I mean absolutely no sex, no masturbation. No sex, no masturbation for quite some time. And I mean more than 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and be perfectly okay. And this man told me, Benjamin, you know, some men may do it, but the truth, the most bitter truth about this scenario, extremely few men can actually do that. I know there are men who have decided under denomination, especially Catholics, that they are required to remain single because of the religion. But when you hear stories of what they do to cover up this gap of being a single man with no woman in your life, when you hear them sleeping with minor boys, younger boys, molesting them sexually, when you hear them having children behind the church, when you hear them leaving the denomination and starting their own churches or finally getting married, when you hear some of them committing suicide because life has become so hard to be alone, single as you get older, no woman in your life, and then you finally realize that life is meaningless. I have been serving people. People admired me as a father, as a brother, serving them at the expense of my own happiness and joy. That is a man. Now there are ladies. Most of you know that I do raw sex talks every Wednesday. I hope you're going to be tuning in. If you have never watched them, they are also in my YouTube channel. Wednesday raw sex talks is about talking about sex. Nothing but sex. If somebody's sexuality is affected, sex is affected. This forces somebody to do other things to cover up this missing thing. If you find a woman with sex toys in her house to cover up the gap of a missing partner in her life, and she's so deeply into using the sex toys, what are the chances that this lady will actually have the same excitement with another person, with a human being, if she really uses extreme sexual objects to make her enjoy the sex to reach the orgasm? How on earth can she find another person, or even to make it worse, how on earth this lady is going to have a man who does not believe in sex toys? First of all, this is a typical guy who does not believe in sex toys. And then she has to date the guy. Remember, she's very addicted. This is her way of surviving. She has been doing this for a long time. This is how she has been dealing with this single life. This man has to accept the reality. I even posted something on my Facebook page one time asking fellow men, if you found your woman with a sex toy in her bag or hidden somewhere in the house, how will you deal with it? What is your first reaction? And I saw the comments, you know, the mentality, oh, sex toys. No, Benjamin. I mean, what if the lady has a bigger dick toy? This toy is like this microphone that I normally use during my shows. She has this kind of toy in the bag. How would you feel as a man? Obviously, you'll be very offended. Most men will be very offended. So this will affect their sexual life, even if she begins dating, even if she's in a relationship, even if she gets married. Now, that's another bitter truth of a single life. The last 3 points that I want to wind up with this in this talk is this. You may struggle dealing with many negative emotions. Let me even sip some water. When you're single, there are so many negative emotions. Number one, in my Saturday walking talks, I normally do talks every Saturday when I'm walking. The previous or the last talk that I had when I was walking, I was talking about fear. I shared my story stuck in a lift, an elevator for more than 5 minutes. Fear is number one most negative emotions in the world. Do you know the reason why you are where you are at the moment? Do you know the number one reason why you're stuck there? You could be talented, You could be a musician, you could be a comedian, could be an aspiring politician, a businesswoman, a speaker like me. You could be having something in you, something special. But what is holding you back is a fear, fear of the unknown. When you're single, there are so many things you fear. You fear dating. You fear getting married again. You fear having somebody in your life. I asked my Facebook friends, what if you never get married? I posted that question. Have you thought about another plan? What if you never get married in your life? And then people give their people say, I will make more money, I will buy another house, I will focus on my child, I'll focus on my children. But even these people, when you go deep into their hearts, because you don't know the future. Today you are single and happy. You don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years. And I want to use a very simple example to try to tell you something. I want you to look at what is happening in your family. Let me talk to you now. Do you have people who are over the age of 60 in your family? Let me know. Any man or any woman who is over the age of 60. The next question is this. How is their life? I was privileged to go back home. Of course, I live abroad. To go and meet some of my uncles and my aunties, who most of them, they are over the age of 60. Some of them, sadly, their spouses already passed away. This is very understanding. And this is a very unique case. But, you know, as you get older, life becomes very lonely, you know. You can imagine even with COVID-19, a man who is alone, he's like, wow. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to die. I don't think I'm going to make it. Single, if you have a grandmother, I have a grandmother, I love her to bits. The last time I was together with her, talking with her, I had a very good privilege. It's actually a privilege from the mighty God to have a grandmother. It's a privilege to sit down and stay with her for more than 7 years. Same house. Sometimes I'm like, God, you have blessed me with so many things. But to be together with this grandmother for 7 good years in the same house, every day and night. And then after 7 years, I moved away. And then after moving away, of course, she's getting older. She's not the same woman that when I met her and then we're having a talk, we go out, I take her to go for a walk and then we eat together, eat lunch. She couldn't eat a lot of food. You know, as you get older, you can't even eat a lot of food. And I'm like, Grandma, are you okay? And she just looked at me. She told me, you know, Benjamin, I'm getting old. I'm just getting old. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I feel like my life is almost there, you know? Such kind of words. Very touching, very sad. I'm just looking, and then I just hugged her. I told her, Grandma, I still love you. There's nowhere you're going. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. But using that example, now you can imagine you are single. You're getting older. Life has not gone the way you planned. I'm connecting now the dots for the points that I was talking about. You are indulging on very unproductive habits. You didn't take care of your life, your health, your sleeping habits, your food, your drinking, your exercises. Now at this age, as you get older, somebody has to do that. You know that. Somebody has to take care of you. The people who are in relationships, they are lucky, somehow lucky. And I'm using this lucky that at least there's somebody to take care of them. So these are things that I want you to begin thinking about. Even you who is watching this video, who is in a very stable relationship or marriage, I want to encourage you that to think about this gift of having another human being in your life. As a man, I want you to see how God has blessed you with a woman in your life. Not so many people have these blessings. You as a woman, I want you to begin seeing this man in your life as a blessing, not a curse, not somebody that you can take for a ride. When I hosted 3 women who have lost their husbands, the main message they said in those videos is, please, if you are in a relationship, take care of your partner. Take care of your spouse. Don't take it for granted. You know, your man can actually die. Your so-called husband may actually pass away, unplanned death. You didn't see it coming, but now he is gone. You took it for granted. You are laughing around. You are bashing single people. You are joking. You were not focusing on building this relationship to become the best ever between the two of you. Now he is not there. Now you have joined the people who are single. Now you have to begin thinking of, will you ever get the same man again? Is there a possibility? Even for you, you can't even compare yourself with somebody who is a baby daddy who has run away, who is still alive, hiding somewhere. Your case, if this person passes away, it's like a permanent, it's a done deal. This guy is gone. It's gone for good. So as you're listening to me, you hear my voice, you're following this talk up to now, if you're lucky enough to be in a very stable relationship, take care of each other. Don't take it for granted. Something can happen, and that thing can cost you. What if your partner becomes physically disabled? Physically disabled, permanently on wheelchair. What will you do? I'm asking you. I'm talking to you now. What will you do? This man all of a sudden is on a wheelchair every single day and night. So the point that I'm trying to emphasize here, the negative emotions, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the future, the fear of the negative emotions that make you feel annoyed. You're angry all the time. You are feeling, you know, with single life, sometimes you feel incomplete. You know, it's like something is missing. Something is missing. When you look at your friends, you look at your classmates, and you know the worst part of single life is you begin to, you might not compare yourself with them, but you know, you see in your family, oh, my brother is married, okay, my brother is in a relationship, my sister is, my younger sister is, my older sister is, but I'm here, you know, I'm here, I'm just moving on, I'm independent, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm doing okay. But are you really, really okay in your heart? Are you really, really like super duper duper okay in your heart? When you are in a party, this is a party of a single man or a single lady. You go to a baby shower or you go to a wedding party like nobody else. Drink whatever you want to do. Smoke if you can smoke. Then you have to drive back home or to go back to your home alone. You know, when you reach home, obviously there's nobody welcoming you. There's nobody welcoming you. You know that. There's nobody telling you, welcome back home. A simple sentence like, welcome back home is not there. Get home. There are certain things about single life, the negativity, the negative energy. There are things that you can't do. Even when you're alone, you can cook an amazing, delicious meal. After cooking, you finish cooking, then the all appetite is gone. You can't even eat again. Can you imagine? Or you have stayed in the same bed. I even posted something on my social media saying, if you're a single person, make sure you change your bed sheets. You know, when you're single, you don't even shave. Sometimes you don't even shave. You know, you're a lady, you're watching me right now. I can't even shave. You have no even excitement to shave. Can't shave down there. Can't shave the armpits. Because there's no excitement to do all these things. So you're just there. Why should I do all this? Even taking a shower, you're so tired. You come back home, makeup, go to bed. You don't even remove your makeup. Why? You are a single person. You're just enjoying the single life. And when you do not take care of yourself or somebody to remind you to do these things, when you have nobody to remind you, like if you're a man in a relationship, even when you go to hustle, you go to chase those dreams, there's that energy, there's that vibe. You're like, I am doing this for her. I don't like this woman sometimes, but Benjamin, I'm doing this for her. This energy that I have, even if the boss, the industry, the company, the social media followers don't do good things to me, I am at least doing this for her. And that's the reason why I wake up hard, wake up in the morning to go and do all these things for her. But when you don't have this person or these people in your life, negative emotions become bigger. They affect you. And then sometimes you feel sad. Sometimes you're sad. Sometimes when you're sick, really sick, you're like, wow, if somebody came to see me today, if somebody cooked for me today, if somebody came to visit me at the hospital today, you can imagine a single man in the hospital has all these friends coming to see him. But amongst all these friends, there's no partner that he said, this is my partner coming to see me. I mean, how do you get the energy even to recover? Don't you think such a man, and then you're lying on the bed, God forbid, you're even sharing a room with other sick people, and then all of a sudden, the patient next to you has passed away. You wake up in the morning, you ask, where is he? And then the nurses and doctors tell you he passed away. How will you even have the energy to recover? Sometimes you just need somebody to tell you you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. We are here to fight with you. You're going to recover. You only need those statements to even take your medicine. Do you know if you're single, you can actually decide, I'm not taking medicine anymore. Why should I swallow this medicine if I'm alone? Why? Why do I need to stress myself to swallow today? Finally, the second last point, you have to develop a thick skin for the family, for the friends, and for the society. Thick skin. Help me to type there on the comments. Thick skin. This one you have to fight it. I know there's a man who is 42 years old, very single, but his family, beginning with the aunties, uncles, people who are not even in happy relationships. The worst part is when you find an uncle or an aunt lecturing you about being married or being in a relationship where his or her marriage has failed. That's the most painful part. Even your own parent who failed, scored an E or an F in their marriages, still advising you to get married. That's the worst part. You find what? I mean, social media and friends and family, these guys can push you to the limits. They can put you in a corner. You see, I'm doing this. This is a corner you see here. This is a corner. They put you in this corner. You can't avoid them. Some people have developed this thick skin. They don't give a damn what their family members say, what friends say, and what social media say. Kudos to them. My question to you is this. How many people are capable of developing this thick skin? Especially from my continent, my mama land. How many people do you think can confidently, even celebrities that you follow, you admire, you see them, you check them, they have 4 million followers. You go to their YouTube channel, they have more than 200,000 subscribers. Wow. Wow. Me, I'm busy. I'm struggling with my YouTube channel. I have 4,000. Just 4,000. I'm like, wow, this lady is doing really well, making lots of money on social media. Has so many followers. But do you really think that these followers and subscribers, they act like a backup? they are like they like protect her or him. I am single, but do you know these followers protect me with my single life? Do you really think so? Do you think that this woman, when she's alone in the house or she's watching me right now, she's watching this video, that now her skin is so strong and powerful to say no to the pressure of the society? I am still okay to be single. Do you really think that she's still strong enough? And is she going to be stronger, not only today, this year, or in the next 5 years or 10 years? Is there assurity that she's going to be very, very strong as time goes by? The challenge with this point that I'm trying to raise here, as I say, these are bitter truths. And as a single person, obviously you will say, yeah, why not, Benjamin? Come on. Why are you so hard on me as a single person? So you came here live to attack me today? No, I didn't come to attack you. I came to speak about the bitter truths. I don't know the future. I don't know what your future is going to be. But connect every single point I was talking about. Remember that if you deal with your life in a certain way, even when you're single, there's a possibility you can still enjoy this life for a long time. But those people are not so many. There are people struggling. There are not so many, It's not all of us that who are single can actually survive these pressures and continuously remain happy. Not so many. That's why I'm doing this video. Even the celebrity that you admire, has money, has a good job, that you really, really admire, you see them on social media, you see their pictures, you see their videos, and you really admire them, and they inspire you in a way. It's not a guarantee that they have overcome that pressure. If you have a chance to be their family members, if there are some celebrities, even when I follow them so closely, they are single, independent women, they sometimes reach a stage and they post it or they talk about it. They just say sometimes this single life is just so bad, man. It's just so bad. I have everything, but I have everything, but And then I'm like, hold on a second. I thought that she was okay. She's doing fine on her social media. So if you cannot deal with these pressures, if you cannot develop a thick skin, this video is not about you. If you have developed this thick skin as a woman, as a man, then obviously you are perfectly okay to be a single person. The last but not least in this talk today, you may have to deal with loneliness alone in some cases. You may have to deal with loneliness. Now, loneliness after fear is one of the worst negative emotions in life, And there are people who are in relationships, but they are very lonely, which is actually very bad. To be married or to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you feel very lonely is actually really worse compared to somebody who does not have anyone and is feeling lonely. Now, the loneliness comes in so many ways. This talk that I've been talking about by this time, I think you feel lonely if you're a single person. Obviously, you will feel lonely. Once I finish, I click close and say thank you for watching. Please share the video. And then I go away, I say bye-bye, thank you for watching. And I hope you learned something. Now you're back with your phone. All of you are not in the same building. I'm not talking to people who are watching me in the same hall. I'm not addressing anyone. It's one by one. You are in Canada, you are in America, you are in Middle East, you're in Africa, and maybe you're in Asia. You're holding your phone or you're watching me in a computer. You're a single man, you're a single woman. Once I finish this video, you have to deal with your loneliness. And that's why I said you deal with it in some cases. And sometimes it could be like you're so lonely, it's raining, it's raining, you feel like having sex, but of course you can have sex. You have money, you want to go shopping, you want to buy something for someone. When you're single and you're so successful, you have all this money. Sometimes you can save a lot of money. That's another advantage of being a single person. And you have all this money, but you can't buy something for someone. That's why you find a single successful person just deciding to share all this wealth to strangers, to the poor, to the most vulnerable. Charity work. Let me go to Africa and pick some few orphans and very miserable poor people and share this wealth to them. As my days are moving, as my days are being numbered, I don't want to die with this wealth. And let me share it to the world. I have accumulated enough, but I'm alone. So that loneliness may come in so many versions. You may be trying to sleep, you can't sleep. You're thinking about something, you're thinking about being alone. You may be having children. You're seated together, you want to eat together as a family. By family, I mean you wish that there's a partner around in the table, eating together with you guys. There's no one there. That loneliness kicks in. You have this child who's asking you some very tough questions, and then you're alone, and then you have to respond to those questions. All this brings all this loneliness. Or you bump into social media. Your ex that you prayed so hard to be hit so hard with karma is actually having a wedding, is in a relationship. So you just open social media, the first thing you see is that people are actually thriving in relationships. Somebody you know very well is actually doing very well in a relationship. Somebody who used to be a single parent has met a partner, they are dating, and now they are in a relationship. And you can actually see, you even visit them or you talk with them, and then you listen to their stories, So all these experiences happening around you can actually make you feel lonely. You go to a party, people are together with their partners, they are drinking, they're having fun, and then at the end of the party, you have to go alone. Or you have to continue partying, but for them, they are going back. They are leaving you. People are going. If a man goes with a fellow man, and those men have families and children and wives, they will say, I need to go home. I'm tired. Tomorrow I'm working. I'm going to work. And the reason is he's going to work to support the children and his wife. So he can't continue partying and being together with all of you. But for you, because you're lonely, you need this happiness. You need to create this happiness. You have all the free time to play around and to cover this missing side. So what is the solution? Who said that you have to be in a relationship to be happy? Nobody said that. Who said that to be successful in life, you have to be married? Nobody said that. I didn't say that in this video. There are very many single people watching me who are extremely happy. There are many people who walked away from very toxic marriages and relationships and ended up becoming happier. There are people who decided to become single and became healthier, started sleeping well, started loving themselves, started enjoying life, started traveling, started new hobbies. There are people who are single because they left somebody who was planning to kill them. I cannot discourage them. I can't force them. I can't force you to be in a relationship. You know that. That's not my job. At the end of the day, this is a decision that you will make as a man or as a woman. I can do another live video talking about these advantages of being single. I can do a certain video like that. But at the end of the day, my message to you is this. There are songs which have been written to celebrate single life. I am single and happy and independent. Those songs are there. And there are people that we admire that actually are single, and somehow they're living their life to the fullest. You know that. They're just living their life to the fullest. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say, if single life is affecting you, and by affecting you, it makes you sad, and for the most part, you're sad, then you need to do something about it. But when you sit down after watching and listening to me, and you're not sad for a very long time, for the most part, you're happy. For the most part, you are actually doing okay. Do you? Continue with your life. Continue with your single life. I didn't come here to discourage you and force you or make you feel like being single is a crime or being in a relationship is an achievement. These were bitter truths that I personally have experienced, and I know I have seen it in my family members, and even from the people who watch and follow my shows, I have heard their stories and I've listened to them. This is what they go through. And I'm sure even you, if you look at that list, if you don't go through some of these things, you know a friend, you know a family member, or you know someone even at your working place who is actually going through these things in their life while they are still single. And that's why I did this video. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the comments. And thank you so much for giving me an audience since I began talking up to now. I wish you nothing but the best. Whatever you're going through as a woman, as a man. Sometimes people say God's time is the best. I don't really believe in it 100%, because if you believe in it 100%, it limits you into trying out, risking, and even the whole Bible or the Quran says God helps people who help themselves. So you don't have to sit down and imagine from nowhere that there is a man going to come to approach you. You don't just sit down. Don't do that. Believe in God, believe in God's timing, but do something about it. Even for you as a man, struggling, you could be a celebrity, you could be famous, you are struggling of who should I pick? Which lady is going to really understand my journey? As you become famous, you need somebody to support you, not somebody to pull you down. And with this kind of life where you are in public with so many people around you, the only partner that you need is somebody to cheer you on, somebody who understands that this is what this person needs. And some of the celebrities who I follow or even follow me, they go through these challenges. Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't think he's married. He's not married. Is he successful? Is he talented? Is he handsome? He has all those qualities any person will, if you are a woman, you would imagine and admire to have in him. But he has children and he has a girlfriend, but he's not really like married or committed to one person. He has his reasons. But still, even if you want somebody in your life, please don't sit down and wait for meet and mingle every Saturday with Benjamin and DJ Sparks. Do something about yourself, about talking to people talking to you, chatting with people chatting with you, calling people who are calling you, appreciating people who are after you. And don't just sit there and wait for miracles that there is somebody somewhere that is going to approach you. Good luck. And thank you once again for watching. See you in the Wednesday Raw Sex Talk. Goodbye and take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I'll check out your comments later on. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. That was good.